Before we begin, please imagine the bell notification is on and you're subscribed to Huna Stories. Her voice didn't rise. That's what stayed with me. "Stop being so emotional about my work trip," she sneered, scrolling through her phone. "I'm not your property." The room felt suddenly smaller, airless. I watched the reflection of her face in the dark window behind her, calm, practiced, already gone. I said nothing at first. I measured my breathing, counted the seconds between heartbeats. Then I nodded once. Noted. The word tasted metallic. She left that night with a rolling suitcase and a smile that didn't reach her eyes. The door clicked shut, clean, final, like a gun chamber locking. I didn't follow, didn't call, didn't beg. I sat alone in the house I'd paid for, staring at the faint indentation her ring had left on the nightstand. Something in me settled, not broke, aligned. At 6:43 a.m. the next morning, she walked into the company I built, heels sharp against marble, confidence rehearsed. She expected silence, obedience, my absence. Instead, she saw her father frozen near the glass wall, her lover gripping a folder with shaking hands, and a man sitting in my chair. Not me, someone better prepared. It hadn't started with sex. That would have been too obvious. It started with absence, late replies, names she stopped mentioning, a calendar suddenly guarded like classified information. Her work trips multiplied, cities blurred, stories didn't. She'd talk about colleagues she never named, projects with no details, meetings that ran until dawn. I told myself it was ambition. I built my life on ambition. But her eyes changed when she lied. Not guilt, calculation. I noticed how her father, my CFO, my trusted ally, started bypassing me on decisions, how approvals came pre-signed, how contracts shifted without discussion. And her lover? He was always there, a junior executive promoted too quickly, too visible, too protected. They thought I was busy, distracted, in love. They underestimated how quiet men listen. I didn't confront her, didn't accuse. I watched. And the longer I watched, the clearer it became. I wasn't being cheated on. I was being replaced. I moved carefully. Phone records first, not hers, too obvious. His late-night calls routed through her father's private line. Hotel Wi-Fi logs, expense reports disguised as client dinners. I smiled at dinners with them. Toasts, jokes. I signed papers I'd already memorized. At home, she kissed my cheek like a hobbit. Her body leaned away when I held her too long. I let go. At night, I replayed everything. Tone, timing, silence. I pulled company archives, found shell firms, found stock transfers routed through family trusts. They weren't just sleeping together. They were dismantling me piece by piece, and I let them. Because traps work best when the prey feels safe. The proof arrived on a Tuesday. Clean, stamped, legal. A full paper trail, affair timelines, fraud summaries, breach of fiduciary duty filings, ready to submit. I invited her father to my office first. I slid the folder across the desk. No words. His hands trembled as he read. Sweat ballooned at his collar. Then her lover. Same chair, same silence. He broke faster, began explaining things I already knew. Finally, her. She walked in smiling, stopped, saw the documents, saw the man sitting in my chair. Not fear yet, confusion. I met her eyes. "Work trip go well?" Her face collapsed. I stood slowly. "I stepped down this morning," I said, "from visibility, not ownership." I gestured to the man in my chair, the external auditor, federal liaison. Her father sank into a seat. I continued calmly. "The bylaws you rewrote, I rewrote them first." Her lover tried to speak. I held up a finger. Noted. That shut him up. I explained everything like a quarterly report, how their affair invalidated contracts, how misuse of authority triggered criminal exposure, how love doesn't protect against paper trails. Her knees gave out. I leaned close. "You didn't betray me," I whispered. "You exposed yourself." Then I walked out, left them with the truth. I didn't feel victorious. I felt light. Somewhere between the elevator and the street, the last illusion fell away. I hadn't lost a wife. I'd lost a liability. The city moved around me, unaware. I deleted her number, blocked the memories. Control isn't loud, it doesn't scream, it waits, and when the door finally closes, it doesn't look back.